3, 2, 1, play. Hey everybody, it's Empty Box again, and we're bringing you something completely different this time. We're going to be doing a Call of Duty 4 single-player little run-through here. This is just the first mission. Gameplay isn't important. That isn't what I want to talk about. What I do want to talk about, though, is Call of Duty in general. Obviously, there's Battlefield Bad Company 2 gameplay on my channel right now. That's really kind of what I'm basing off of, you know, here and in the future. But probably, if you're probably watching this, you probably know who I am enough to know that I used to be a Call of Duty fan. But I read something on a message board the other day that basically said, oh, Modern Warfare 3 is going to be the game that all the hardcore Call of Duty players will buy. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, I've been playing Call of Duty for a while. I started with Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1 on the PS2, which is actually a pretty good game. But in terms of multiplayer, this is it. I mean, I started with Call of Duty 4. Played that for a while on PC, and this is also on PC footage, but I am rusty as can be in Call of Duty on PC, so gameplay's pretty crappy. Just ignore that. But what I want to talk about is Call of Duty. The way I look at it, it was originally a Medal of Honor clone, way back when it first started with, you know, Call of Duty 1, if you want to call it that. And in a way, it's kind of funny because the series has actually gone in the same exact direction as Call of Duty or Medal of Honor has. And of course, as you guys probably know, if you're over 15, Medal of Honor was the big-time name out there in World War II FPSs. It was like it's basically the granddaddy of them all. And eventually, that series ended up just basically dying because what basically ended up happening was EA basically flooded the market with 50 bajillion different games. There's like a game every year, it seemed, and they never got any better. And what's kind of funny is the Call of Duty game follows that same exact direction, if you ask me, which is really sad because I really actually love this game. This series was so much fun. I mean, Call of Duty 4, World at War, just it was fun. I'm not gonna lie, it was fun. The games were good, and then something changed. But so that's my prediction for Modern Warfare 3. More of the same, and hopefully, I think we as gamers should not fall into the same old, because honestly, the game is going to be more of the same. And frankly, we already paid, how much have we paid for this same game already? I mean, it's just kind of absurd. But regarding that, you know, the single player and how that's gone, originally, of course, they were doing World War II, so obviously they had to be somewhat historically accurate. I mean, it makes no sense to do a World War II game where the Nazi Germans all of a sudden, you know, took over everything, you know, in 1945. That just wouldn't make any sense. But yeah, here we are now, and obviously, if you ask me, Modern Warfare 2 was probably the worst video game campaigns I've ever played. It was just, hey, let's just make an explosion here and let you try and figure it out, and I didn't like it, didn't care for it. But, I mean, Call of Duty 4 right here, plenty of nonsensical moments, a little bit over the top, but at the same time, it's not so over the top that you're like, wow, really? There's nobody launching nukes from submarines that happen to have launch keys left in them into outer space. There's no spaceman thing where you get blown up. There's no Fight Club ripoff guy who totally does not exist, but he actually exists, but he doesn't exist. It doesn't need that. And the series honestly does not need that from my perspective. I think they just need to go back to the fictitious but semi-plausible. And obviously, I think they'd be better off, but I don't see that's going to happen, so I'm honestly probably not going to be buying Modern Warfare 3, and I honestly could not care. I mean, I don't want it to fail as a Call of Duty fan, but if it does, well, maybe it's for the better. I mean, at least then hopefully they can put the series on ice for a few years, come back and give it a better run. You know, get back to what they were. But in terms of multiplayer, obviously I did start with Call of Duty 4, although I did go back and play some Call of Duty 2, and I'd honestly say I probably prefer the Call of Duty 2 type, where it's just basically gun on gun, just do it that way. You know, there's no need for perks, none of that bull crap. I think by adding in the perks with Call of Duty and World at War, they didn't go too terribly far. They made you a little bit too powerful, if you ask me. I mean, Stopping Power and Juggernaut were just kind of retarded, but I think we all know that by now. And obviously, we're probably not going to see those again. And if we do, that'd kind of be a shocker, to be honest. But then with Modern Warfare 2 and even Black Ops, I mean, the perks just still make you the player too powerful, I guess you'd say. And that, I mean, let's just take Black Ops here, which is honestly probably the most balanced Call of Duty game since Call of Duty 2 out of the box. But what we end up having is basically you're completely resistant to explosives if you take one perk. Or you basically have everything, you just completely disappear, you know. Even if you're capturing a flag, there's no longer a call out or any of that stuff. I mean, on top of being invisible to UAV. But that's we're not going to get into a ghost debate here. So, I mean, Modern Warfare 2, you had shotgun secondary, so basically everybody had a shotgun. So of course, you know, oh hey, I'll take my assault rifle. I'll get to my corner that I plan on hiding in, and now I'll whip out my dual shotguns. You know, that insta kill people with even touching them. But I mean, some will say, yeah, well, that made the game fun and addictive. It was so much more fun. I would agree. It was pretty fun, you know. Honestly, if the Spaz 12 of Modern Warfare 2 was a primary, as it was, I would have no problem. I'd still run it. You know, it was just a fun weapon to use, and you know, that's what matters. But I honestly believe that Call of Duty is a game where they try and instill balance into all the weapons, because obviously a lot of the weapons don't necessarily reflect what they realistically would in the real world. But again, that's, you know, it's a game. You don't need to be hyper realistic, especially in this genre where, you know, it's supposed to be a fast-paced arcade shooter at the core. Although I guess, you know, some people have lost sight of that and it's become a tactical shooter akin to Rainbow Six, which is absolutely laughable. And if you think that, you should just smack yourself really hard right now, because you're quite possibly gaming challenged. But you know, I think they'd just be better off ditch the perks, take the guns, and make them realistic. Make the damage tables a little bit more refined. I mean, obviously, you should not be able to kill someone across the map with a pistol. I mean, that's just kind of absurd. I'll be the first to admit I enjoy it, but it's absurd. I mean, they just need to tweak it, refine it. Maybe then the series will actually be good, and I think that's about it. I mean, hopefully, like I said, I don't want this series to fail, but if it does, I will not cry. I will not shed a tear. I will not mourn. I mean, they kind of done it to themselves, and I'm just rambling on here, and I've gone past my time limit, it looks like, so that's going to be it. All right. Bye.